Hey, I just watched Strange New Worlds. This new episode, the puppet episode, level 5 Transformers, or whatever they called it. I sort of get it was all meant to be in Fox head, but um, uh, I just felt like, why didn't they just go completely all in if they were going to do this episode? That's what I just kept on thinking. So it was they should have went all in. And just went just because they had the Jim Henderson company do the puppets. Well, when it comes from that company, they're normally called Muppets. I don't know why they didn't go all in and go to Disney and say about a crossover. And actually had pigs in space. Instead of the Orions. And when the Enterprise teleported white, didn't it become a puppet version of itself? Like it would have been hilarious, I think, if it had Captain Pike raising the shields in puppet form or Muppet form, I should say, and just being a big balloon that expands around it. Miss Piggy and her crew flying up beside it. Miss Piggy opening the door and pulling a pin out of her hair and popping it. And then going, into the ship, and she sees Pike and is like, "Well, I want a bet," and starts it, and then it starts a chasing the whole way through the ship, in proper Muppet style. While Mrs. Piggy's crew is trying to take control of the ship. You know, uh, because they haven't quite worked out the Muppet rules yet, or they just you just have them silly from the start. You just have them that style of comedy, that Muppet style. You know, uh, but we got slapped instead at the very end because actually that was the one bit I did laugh at was them floating in space because that was the most Muppety part of them. You had other parts as well, but you know, it just didn't feel right. Especially getting the ending where you just got slapped. I, but if you like, agree with me and like and subscribe, see you next time.